Alright, let's test out this sound. What's going on, John Woo? Oh, looks good on my end. You hearing that game audio? Because last time it wasn't working for me. Yeah, thanks for popping in. And you too, Kool-Ader. Good. Because the last time, apparently, OBS decided to let me hear sound, but not y'all. So, anyway, come on, camera, work with me here. Get that right about there. Got me a new cord for the controller, so hopefully we won't have any more disconnects. Especially when we get to RE4, because that game's got QuickTime things. Let this play out.
Of the T-virus outbreak in Raccoon City.
I mean, it's a little, on my end anyway, it looks a little boxy, but I'll work on the lighting for it.
Only other survivors. A young girl named Sherry.
Yeah.
However, behind their escape was the lone survivor of the Raccoon City Police.
I'm sure I could tweak it a little bit, but once the game's actually running, it's a lot less noticeable, but I think it's just the camera, to be honest. Doesn't matter. I can move it around if it ends up looking bad, and then just throw something behind me, and then it won't even be noticeable. Crop the green screen all the way up to the top of the screen. But I kind of wanted to play around with trying out full screen, although I don't really know. Nothing's really in the bottom right in RE2, because the health is in the top. The items don't really fucking matter as long as I'm using them properly. We're good.
What have we got here?
Also, I don't think I mentioned this when we were doing Claire's file last time, but I have the monitor I'm playing on is like a curved HD screen. So even though on the capture it looks fine, there's no issues with it. I mean, for the most part, it looks, you know, like original graphics. On mine, there's like lines going through all of it. It's kind of weird looking. But yeah, today we're gonna tackle the Leon saga of things, much how I did Jill from RE1 and then did RE3. We're gonna see Leon's story, and then I'm gonna finally attempt RE4.
What was that?
Honestly, it was super cheap, so I figured I'd pick one up. And I'm sure someone could, you know, defend them for being special in some way, but for my money, it's just a nice screen. And considering I got it at a really good price because it was on sale, I'll take it. Really good for all the League of Legends I play. What a waste of an HD curved screen.
Wait! Don't shoot!
Get down.
See, the real issue I have is, so I have this nice curved one for when I play, and then I got a janky regular monitor so I can have a second one for all the, you know, chat stuff and all that. And then surprisingly, whenever I play old games like this, they come out looking like shit, which I guess at some point in time I should find a way of getting a CRT for these. Although then I have to have a third screen somewhere, maybe like straight in front of me, and just have a bulky old CRT monitor for these.
What's going on? I arrived in town, and the whole place went insane.
The radio's out.
And now we get to see if I remember any,
Yeah, first day on the job. Great, huh?
Excuse me.
Name's Leon Kennedy. Nice to meet you.
My
See if I remember
friend,
Leon B
Claire
stuff.
Redfield. We came to find my brother Chris.
Should be pretty simple, though. RE2 is not a hard game at all.
Hey, could you open the glove box?
Sure.
I don't mind them, to be honest. They're fine as long as you know, you're using them for the right stuff. You don't want to watch a nice fucking movie on one of those boys. Also, if you gents are still doing stuff tomorrow, I'm supposed to be a part of a stream around 6, like a Pokemon stream that this buddy of Haynes is doing. But I think they usually go for 2-3 hours. Yeah, live stream. Okay, good. Then you know that. So I'm supposed to be doing that. But if you guys are doing stuff around 8-ish, I can still probably pop in.
Claire!
Leon!
I'm okay. Head to the station. I'll meet you there.
Okay.
I don't know, man. It's your power hour. You're the one that gets to pick what we're doing. Oh my god, dog. Shut up. Fuck's sake. I hate that animal. Alright, let's not forget the controls now. Yeah, I mean, I can just... realistically, I can just come and hang out. I have Valheim, so if you want to play some Valheim... I mean, I've already beaten the content that's in the game. Oh, that's what's going on out there. Give me a sec, gents. Oh, that's gonna make me a bite. Oh, never mind. That was. Oh yeah, helicopter cutscene, baby.
Hey! Get over here! Hurry!
I can't set her down. I'll drop you a rope ladder. Grab onto it.
Come on.
Should have drank all this Diet Coke before a stream. Now I'm all gassy.
Get off me! Stay back! Don't come any closer! Stay back!
I love the zombie sounds from these, the classic ones. Then again, I love the atmospheric sounds in general too from the old RE games, like the moaning of the city and stuff like that. But I think that might just be the nostalgia for the jank of the games, so. Ugh. Let's try and sit up a little bit, not hurt my fucking back. Alright, fucking Mr. No, not yet. Not yet. Mr. X is after the flame goes out, I think. Crows. Come on, I just want the sweet, sweet bullets. Now we get to play Collectathon again with the herbs and ammo in this game. Although if I recall correctly, all we gotta do right now is put the fire out in the helicopter, and that'll get us Mr. X to pop in. But yeah, John Woo, as far as that Valheim stuff, have you played it all, or you just kind of picked it up and fucking around with it? Alright. Works for me. I put so much time into that game when it first released, so I will definitely be down. Yeah, 100%. Although for the sake of being on level playing field, I may end up making a new character, because my guy's got the levels all like halfway maxed out and full endgame gear and shit like that. That's just, I mean, it'd be a lot less fun if I just have all this sick gear and it's like, oh look, the first boss, and I can just sit there and... I mean, the first boss is a chump anyway in that game, but either way. It'd be fun to go back and try it again with all the things I've learned from my first playthrough of it. Oh yeah. I don't remember how many bullets this guy takes to put down. I don't know if it's worth doing right this second, though. Let's find out. And now we get punched. Not too bad. God, I remember fighting against that dude as a kid, and he was real threatening. That's it, you chump? Handgun bullets? Pretty sure if you know how to fight him, you could probably knife him properly, but I'm not that good with the knife. I do know, I think, like, typically, you don't even really fight him when you play the game for, like, speed. Because you take the one punch, which, as long as I think if you're in fine, he always throws that punch. He might have the, like, an alternative move if I'm misremembering, but for the most part, you can just run by him. But I'm going to make a point to just put him down every time I see him, because why not? He's easier than Nemesis, and I still feel like I got disrespected by Nemi in my 3 run. Damn, they give you mad ammo out the gate. I don't think there's any codes I need in here. I'm trying to remember what the... I think we use that for the automatic pistol. Don't need you right now. Don't need you. Or any of you. Okay. So... Ah! No, get out of the way, you bastard. Are you serious? Blocking the hallway. I grew up with the classic ones. I think I stopped playing them. I think I ended up, like, I forgot what it was, because a couple came out at the same time. It was like, I want to say 4 was one of them. It might have been like the GameCube era stuff. So like 4, 0, maybe the Outbreak games. I'm not 100% sure. But like I kind of fell off around that time. Just got into other styles of games, and then I think someone gave me 5, and that's how I ended up playing 5. But I definitely remember playing 1, 2, and 3 growing up. Okay. Funny enough, too, since you mentioned 5, I think just the fact that you probably played 5, like you got into it during the second gen of the RE games, like when they got rid of this older graphic style, and it was more of a, I want to say it's more of a shooter than an actual like survival puzzle horror game. Some people hated that kind of shift. I didn't really hate it in 5. I thought the most annoying thing about 5 was that boss fights essentially just became bullet sponge fights, and they just ate hits, and that was really the challenge of them. And, you know, the whole, like, Chris punching boulders, and it got very silly. So I'm gonna get to see when I play 4, because apparently it started there, if any of that stuff still feels bad. Okay. Can I go this way right now? You know what's funny? I don't think I've ever actually even played, I don't think I played any Parasite Eve games. Weirdly enough. I played Silent Hill games as well, but not Parasite Eve. I've only heard good things about them, just never played them. There was another game similar in this style, called Galarians, which I've always wanted to play too, because I saw the Galarians movie on, like, I think it was like MTV when I was younger. Uh-oh. Zambos. Maybe I'll do that one day. I'll just go and get my hands on Galarians. Which, if you haven't seen, weird fucking movie. I don't know if I'm sure it has some origins in manga or something, but basically just like psychic kids. But I also was a big fan of like Akira growing up, so with small key I could have gotten this open. I'm a dumbass.
Hey, wait!
And there we have it. The moment where I was like, and you didn't stop the little kid? There you go. You crawled through the hole. Which, if I'm not mistaken, this is on the other side of the door, in the hallway where you get to the STARS office, and that door does not have a hole in it.
Leon!
Oh.
Claire, you made it!
Yeah.
I'm also really excited to have Haynes play
Have you seen a little girl
the
around?
remake of this game. I can't wait to see how he handles it.
Missed her. Who is she?
I don't know. But it's too dangerous for her to stay here alone. Leon, I'll go look for her. You go and find us a way out of here.
Of course. But before I forget, here's a radio. That way we can keep in touch if something comes up.
It's bothering me. I had chat covered up. Yeah, I mean, as far as the co-op goes, I think there's a way for us to do RE5 co-op, and 6. Although I'm not sure how to do it on... I'm not sure if there's like split screen in those games, or if I'm gonna have to get Haynes a copy of 5, and then he can play it at his computer. But we'll figure it out. I'm sure there's a way I can run it, and we can make it work. Worst case scenario, I might have to try and run 2 instances of the games, which might be possible. Oh, can you use Steam Share to both play the game? Is that a thing? Now I just gotta hope Haynes' computer can run Resident Evil games. Because I don't know how good his computer is. Okay. Magnum. Is there a first aid over here? I think I remember there being a first aid. He might, yeah. I've never actually seen what computer he uses, even though I've been to his place. Mostly because I just don't really pry and look around for those kinds of things. Is there anything else in this room on Leon's file? Bullets! Okay. So I don't know. Either way, I've definitely done multiplayer games, because, like, I have a whole PC gaming rig, so I could probably run 2 separate instances of the game, and he plays on one, I play on the other. That, or I'm sure someone has a mod. As far as 6 goes, Charles Khan, Masked Bastard, wants to play 6, I believe, so we might end up playing 6 with Charles when that time comes. But I'll figure out a way to make 5 work. Did I go too far, or is this good? Alright. Come on. To my knowledge, no Kool-Aider. I don't think he has. I'm not sure exactly what happened either. He hasn't contacted me yet. I messaged him earlier today just to see if he was like in holdings or some shit, or like I said, he was involved with something. There was cops and amber lamps, so I'm not sure if it was a someone's been arrested scenario or someone's been hospitalized scenario. I don't know the severity. I'm gonna put some of these down. I think he's alright. I think the worst case scenario here, if you're not initiated in things happening in this area, I think we've mentioned it on stream at some point in the past, but we've got a neighbor who likes to start shit in various ways, and Haynes has some problems with him, and they both have orders of protection, if I'm remembering correctly. So a lot of the times it just ends up being shouting matches turn into he said, she said kind of stuff, and then the cops show up, and because the police in New York have very specific codes of conduct, it ends up being like, well, we can't do anything unless certain circumstances are met. But because of the orders of protection kind of thing, if you and I both have one against each other, and you run your mouth at me and I call the cops, guess who gets taken away? So it's really just a matter of don't look at each other, don't talk in each other's general direction, you know, play nice. It gets a little annoying, to say the least. So I think that's what happened. I don't think anyone got hurt. If someone got hurt, I would have heard about it from another person, because, like, Haynes' family is in the area as well. I'm sure they would have said something that someone got injured. Also, last time this kind of thing happened, people ended up on the floor fighting each other. And I hadn't seen none of that. Nobody was getting pounded on the ground. So, worst case scenario, Haynes has to sit in bookings for a couple of days while they give him the finger wag saying, "Now don't you yell at that man again." And to be fair, Haynes isn't the kind of guy to really, like, alright, you're gonna put him in bookings? A big fucking deal. Yeah, that's the biggest problem, is that he fucked around and got pulled in on a Friday, so they're gonna hold him on, if that's what happened. I sent a message, and from what I saw, because we have each other with the messaging, like, you know, you can see if someone's read it, it was put on red. So I don't know if someone else has his phone, and they're just keeping an eye on it for him, so they saw my message and just didn't say anything, because, you know, they know who I am, and they're just not trying to worry me or whatever, or just, they're just not trying to answer his fucking messages for him. Oh yeah, you don't gotta do anything with that. Once he gets back, I'm sure he'll have things to say about it. And like I said, this is all assumed anyway. For all I know, you know, something else happened. I don't know. But just from the way things went down, I think it's a safe assumption that the usual neighbor bullshit happened. And now he's just dealing with the fact that cops in New York are very quick to go, just take him in, hold on to him, and then, you know, let him back out. Because that's how this shit works. You know what? Don't recall there being anything of major importance in here. That man needs to just learn to not run his mouth at people when we've got shit planned. Uh-oh. Fuck that up. Oh no. My party. Canceled my damn party. I mean, it is what it is, man. People are gonna... Uh-oh. Get out of their cover. I don't need you right now. People be fighting. Shit happens. As long as none of these guys get hurt. What do I have now? Can go upstairs and get this gem shit done. And I can go back downstairs. Because I have the keys. Ooh, I can go meet Ada. Really? Oh, you know what? I don't trust that liquor in the next room. Oh, y'all are ESO players? My boy tried getting me into ESO a little while back, but after I played, what's it called? World of Warcraft for many years, I can't get back into an MMO. Too many bad memories. I used to be really hard on WoW, but can't do that shit anymore. Just can't do the fucking MMO grind. Oh, so it's got like complex mechanics, like that kind of learning curve. I'll take your word for it. I mean, I've seen my friend, like the one who tried getting me into it. I saw him playing it. It looked fun, but I've sworn off MMOs. The only one I've ever been interested in getting into was Final Fantasy, I think it was. The more recent one, not the older one that got canceled or redone or whatever the hell it was. But a Final Fantasy MMO is something I could probably get behind. Although I guess, you know, an MMO would probably make an interesting thing to stream for a bit. Plenty of content there. Forgot about that jerk. Oh, he was still alive? Great. Fair enough. Now, I know there's a strat to run through this hallway without getting bit once. But I'm not that good at the game. I imagine most games that have casual and hardcore scenes, getting into it's a little bit difficult. Like, I mean, I never took WoW super seriously, but trying to get good in PvP in that game can be a nightmare. Just because the people who actually sit there and practice that shit, like, you're almost guaranteed not be able to keep up if it's all they do. Considering I was more of a raid guy myself. Oh yeah. As someone who liked to play Alliance, you're telling me. I know all about that. Sure, I don't really need the map, but I'll take it. That's all that's in here is an herb. I don't get me wrong, I played Horde for many years. Mostly because when I got into WoW, I had friends who played it more regularly, and I got the good old don't play Alliance because, like Kool-Aider said, you good fucking luck. The servers are wildly unbalanced in terms of how many players there are. But I always thought the Alliance had better designs, to be honest. They just look better. But maybe I just don't like ugly character models, and the Horde is basically just full of ugly character models.
When I saw the uniform,
Better abilities, though, I
you
think.
were a zombie.
Or at least they used to. I don't know what the fuck they have now. I haven't played
Who
since
are you?
Mists of Pandaria, and I tried Warlords of Draenor and hated it so much that I quit.
I'm looking for some guy named Ben. He's one of those reporter types, always looking for a scoop. I heard he was locked up in the cell block, only there's a wrecked car barring the entrance. I've been trying to find another way inside.
I would hope so, man. Those models looked like shit. I mean, the only ones that had any justification looking that bad, like normally, undead should look kind of, you know, grotesque and fucky because they're undead. But I don't know. Everyone else should have. But I guess that was the kind of the point, right? Because they're the Horde. They're monstrous races. They look bad, but just from a purely visual aspect, I hated it. And again, my favorite character I had was my gnome monk in Mist of Pandaria. That was my favorite. And monk was incredibly fun to play, so.
Ada, wait!
Nah, there's some evil races, man. They tried to play that whole, oh, the orcs ain't so bad. I'm sorry, you're from the game's equivalent of, like, otherworldly hell? Something about that screams inherent evil to me. But then they did the whole Thrall arc where it's like, maybe not. We can work together, right? No, we will not be doing that. We're not doing those photos this time around. I had no interest. I mean, I love Thrall as a character. I just, I never understood why the game went the orc not bad route. Like, whatever, let the orcs be bad. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with having evil races in your game when the game pits two alliances against each other. Like, that's the whole fucking point. Get up.
Let me guess. You must be Ben, right? Get up, now!
Just like a cop.
What do you want? I'm trying to sleep here.
Is this the guy?
Ben, you told the city officials that you knew something, about what's been going on, didn't you? What did you tell them?
And who the heck are you?
I'm trying to find my boyfriend. His name's John. He was working for a branch office of Umbrella, based in Chicago, but he suddenly disappeared 6 months ago. I heard a rumor that he's here in
Is
the
all that
city.
hype for Sylvanas dying? What, do you not like Sylvanas?
I don't know anything. And even if I did, why would I want to tell you?
Okay, I say we leave him in there. Does anyone know where they put
All
the
right,
key
I'll
to the
take your.
cell?
I mean, I haven't been following the story
I
since
have
after
it right
Warlord,
here,
so
officer.
you can tell me. I've
But
seen the
I'm not about to
cutscenes.
leave this cell.
I've seen the beautiful
Those
Blizzard
zombies
cutscenes
aren't
because
the
those
only
are always
things
cool.
crawling around out there.
I'm more of a Diablo guy
What
myself,
was
so.
that?
Speaking of which, I gotta find out when
Like I said,
Diablo 2 comes
I'm
out,
not leaving
because
this
I gotta
cell.
figure out some time to play that.
Get out of here before you lead it right to me.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm the only cop left alive in this building.
What?
Look, if you want to live, then you're gonna
I
have
know
to
people
leave
have been
with me.
getting, like, I guess, like, early
But
release
do you even know how
versions,
to
but,
get
like,
out of
for
the city?
streamers and shit like that.
there's a kennel in the back of
So,
the building. Inside the kennel is a manhole. Go through and it'll lead you to the sewer entrance, but it won't
Yeah,
be
some
easy.
shit like that. They just showed off. Hey, whatever,
Alright,
it's
I'm
Diablo
going.
2, except with a nice coat of paint on it. It's fine. That's exactly what people wanted. Don't complicate Diablo 2. It doesn't need to be complicated. And then hope to God they can make 4 work out. Ah, well, Reforged. Reforged we don't want to talk about, that's the thing. I tried getting into the Diablo 3 seasonal. I don't know what it is. I think I might just be tired of the way they do it, where once you get the set, you're literally just doing like I fucking run through the hole in the ground infinitely, and I get so bored of it. There's only so much of that shit I can do. When they had the expansion for Diablo 3, I was hyped because that game deserved more actual story because it was pretty fucking short. But I'm hyped for 2 and 4 because I just like Diablo games, and Diablo 2 is one of the best. I think that goes without saying, just because it was, at its time, it was amazing. 3 was fun, just not a lot of replay value, in my opinion. You beat it once and you're like, alright, that's the game. What's coming up here? I think it's the Ada moments. Yeah, pretty much. I honestly, I feel like it might just be, am I supposed to go this way? I feel like I can go back now? I have what? I have the crank, so that means I can go upstairs. I don't think I can do anything here yet, right? Yeah, I don't know. Diablo, I think maybe it's just the nostalgia for 2, because I don't want to say that, like, there's a major difference. I just feel like 3, maybe just the grinding wasn't as much fun. Because once you beat the game once, then it's like, alright, fucking beat it again on hard mode, I guess. I don't want to do that shit.
Ada?
There we go. The story wasn't good enough to
I don't
play
think
it
I've
again.
introduced myself yet. My name's Leon. I'm with the RPD.
It was also, I feel like, less challenge. But
It's
maybe
a
that's,
dead end.
again, that could just be me being younger and not being as good at Diablo 2.
You think we can get upstairs through this shaft?
Because 3,
Give
you
me
could
a
just
boost. I'll go and check.
run through when it first came out, if you can get on the game. Yeah, the story was kind of meh. Yeah, I mean, that's my biggest issue is that once you get your gear set, you're like, this is fucking amazing. And you go through floor after floor of just decimating shit, but there's only so much of that you can do. And then you're like, well, I guess I'm done for the season.
How cute.
I guess I'll switch
That little girl
character
must have
and
dropped this.
do it
I
again.
think I'll hold on to it for her.
Well, then again, I guess that's why WoW always kept me so interested. At least with WoW, it was like, alright, and then do the dungeon. And you got the gear from that dungeon? Alright, wait for the next one. Alright, and do the next one. They always kept the gear spread out. You know, there was slow releasing of things. It'd be interesting if the seasons actually made your characters grow, I guess, but the seasons are just a replacement for the last set. Instead of it being, you know, hey, you got that set from last time? Great, you're going to need it to play through the next season, because if you don't have it, it'll be much harder. It did kind of look like Steve Irwin's family. That's the one thing I miss about playing World of Warcraft. The feeling of progression in some of them was amazing. I mean, I don't know if ESO works much like WoW, because it's my only real frame of reference for these kind of things. You don't always need to have the best gear. If the mechanics are there, those matter a lot. Like, I remember during, what was it? I feel like it was the end of Mists of Pandaria, going into Warlords as well. I was out DPSing people with way better gear than me as Monk. But I just knew the rotation better. And since I had moderately good gear and knew the rotation, I could out-damage them. Just off of timing. But I don't know if ESO works off the same kind of system, so... Okay, fair enough. Also, yeah, my boy's been playing... My boy's a big WoW fan. He's played every expansion. He isn't really... As far as he's concerned, he'll play them no matter what. It's kind of how I feel with, like, Pokemon games, I guess. Even if you have, like, a, you know, shitty Pokemon game, I'll probably still play it. Just because it's Pokemon. And he said Legion was really fun. God, how many expansion packs have they had? They gotta chill with that. Where the fuck is World of StarCraft?
Leon, can you hear me?
Ada, did you find anything?
You know what made
Right
my
here.
slam? I once played a WoW, like, custom server.
Think
Where you
fast.
built your own
There's one
character
more.
using all of the abilities in the game from every class and every race. So you just had a
Hey, I can't
completely
reach the
handmade
ventilation
character
hole.
class.
I'm going to have to find another way
That shit was
around.
fun as
I'll
hell.
catch up with you later.
Dual wielding with warrior abilities, with some rogue backstabbing
wait!
mechanics, and then having the shaman's buffing abilities on one character. And every fucking buff you can get in the game.
Leon, come in. I
That
found
shit was
the
fun.
girl, and I've cleared the wreckage that was blocking the corridor.
Got it.
That shit was mad fun. Honestly, I would probably get back into custom servers even now, just because you can get on a custom server as long as they're... But then again, I guess, depends on how far they go. Because I personally miss, like I know they're doing, what was it, Burning Crusades coming out in Classic, something like that? Like, I would probably hop back on WoW just to play Burning Crusade Classic, if I'm being completely honest. vanilla classic servers didn't really interest me, but I'd play Burning Crusades and Wrath of the Lich King all over again. That shit sounds mad fun. I've actually gone onto custom servers just to play straight up Wrath of the Lich King. Like, vanilla experience, no boosts. Just, you bastard. Am I poisoned? No. Yeah, like, the second I hear that Classic is gonna go... I mean, at this point, since they announced Burning Crusade, I feel like it's a safe assumption that it's gonna go for Wrath eventually. I don't know if I want to get into it right now, because I'm not sure if you're going to be able to transfer all that stuff over, but I would definitely play a classic character just so I could get back into Wrath. As much as you'll give it, I love Mist of Pandaria too, but I think I just love the monk class way too much. Alright, dogs, no bite. You bastards. What other garbage can I get down here? This is locked, right? There's an herb in there. Don't really need it. These fucking things just not dying. You son of a bitch. What was this for? Probably garbage. Also I can get into the weapon storage. Is that all this was? I am upset. Well, I guess I get the machine gun now, so I can play around with that. Let's get this herb so I don't die like a dummy. I can't say. I don't understand, but I like the world that is StarCraft more than Warcraft. I think it's legitimately just that Warcraft made WoW like that, like Blizzard made WoW, and that caught on so quickly. And then from there, it's just history. Like, oh, well, WoW's never stopped, so the lore just keeps fucking growing. As long as people keep playing it, they'll keep making, like, World of Warcraft and Warcraft-themed things. Unless Blizzard is sitting there on the, like, they have a break glass in case of emergency sign somewhere at their headquarters. And right behind it is, like, you know, StarCraft Ghost or World of StarCraft. And the second WoW actually is no longer turning a profit, then maybe they'll consider it. Is there really nothing down here? I mean, they wouldn't have to combine it. Just do what you did with World of Warcraft, but in the StarCraft universe, and I'm sure you'd have a lot of money on your hands. Or even, like, one of the things that confused me because obviously Blizzard went the route of let's just make every other fucking game that we can. Like Overwatch was their like, what is it, like Team Fortress, Counter-Strike, whatever, you know, their shooter game. And then they obviously made Heroes of the Storm to try and compete with the MOBAs. I guess they haven't really done like a battle chess game yet, and those are pretty hot. Why was Overwatch not just like a StarCraft game? Like, the StarCraft universe would have been perfect for a shooter like that. And even with that in mind, like, do these bastards respawn? Is that a thing? That's kind of annoying. But I guess now that I've set it out into the universe, StarCraft Battle Chess incoming at some point in the future. The man killed himself. Now I see why so many of these rooms get skipped during speedruns. Just a lot of junk lying around. And I know my memory's shit, but I feel like I recall Mr. X being around way more often in this game. I guess I'm crazy. It's the same here. It is. Oh boy. And now I have too much garbage on me. Should have picked up all that shit. Might as well. And now I believe we get another... you fuck. Really? Another Mr. X fight coming up. Fucking bite me. Miss. Fuck. I don't remember what's in here, and I don't think it's worth it. Huh. Is there nothing in here? Handgun bullets. Two liquors for handgun bullets? What a waste. Alright. Here we're gonna get Mr. X on again. So this, and the other one? No. This, and Mr. X. 2 rewards. Pick it up. And then we can fight him in the hall. There's no quick turn in this game. No, there is not. I hope I have enough to put this guy down. 10? I'll take it. What do you got? Yeah. Not really worth it, but sure. Where can I go now? Blown up helicopter. And upstairs, I believe. Did I not grab Frank? The hell? Could have sworn I did. Oh no, that was the manhole cover opener. That's what I grabbed. Fuck you, buddy. Mr. X is going to show up here again too, isn't he? Fuck. I got enough. I got enough. Oh, I know which one I forgot. The bookcase one. Good thing I gotta go that way anyway. Alright, Mr. X. Do your thing. Really? 7 shots that time. Oh, why is there a tough tiger? A stuffed tiger? Because Police Chief Irons, who is a psychopath in this game, likes to do taxidermy. And in, I believe it's the Police Chief's diary, which is one of the files you get in the game, you get to find out that he killed the mayor's daughter and was going to stuff her. So his office is just full of all these stuffed, taxidermied animals. Also, I think the tiger in the original is meant to be like a little quick jump scare, like, oh god, there's a fucking tiger. But I can't confirm that. I'm just assuming that they were being cheeky with it. Okay. Actually, I think after this, we're going straight into a fight. We get, I think so. We'll see. Itchy Tasty? I don't think I know what that is. Do I have an herb back that I can grab? I think I did. so I can get some healing. Because I don't feel like dying to a liquor on the walkway, or to the Birkin fight coming up after the plugs. Oh, okay. There's definitely a couple of those throughout the series, like character diaries where they're slowly transforming. I don't know if they kept that up. Does RE4 have notes in it? Because I don't know a whole lot about the game, other than it basically turned into a shooter. And it's got a couple of puzzles here and there. I think Outbreak's got a lot of interesting character stuff, but that's not the one I ever really got the chance to play thoroughly. And now that the game is no longer good for online play, I'm less interested. Although I do believe... oh, damn shame. I might try and see if I can get some people together to try and actually play Outbreak. Because there's a way to set it up, it's just... it's a whole process to do, so... I don't know how interested people would be. Oh no, I gotta get this one first. Yeah, I guess we'll find out today how many files that game has. If I'm not mistaken... The labs... you know what, we have a whole sequence with Ada after we get past Birkin, I'm pretty sure. Like the little sewer sequence. That takes a little while. Probably could have brought the other plugs. Didn't think about that. Yes, I can touch it. And yes, I will take the chute down. That's the chute I remember being there. I guess it's just file B.
No!
Uh-oh.
Get away! No!
He dead as fuck. I don't remember if there's a reason to come over here and talk and check this out now. I think you can just leave after this. Could be wrong though. Oh no, there's a little cutscene.
Can you still hear me? Come on, answer!
Well, I think 2 Remake covers that issue a little bit better.
Believe this.
Ben's hiding in the cell, and then, if I'm not mistaken, while he's like chilling, because he's like, "Yeah, what's gonna get to me in here?" I think it's like Mr. X punches through the fucking wall to get to him, much like he does many other times in the fucking game. So, you know, really great to protect you from zombies, not from whatever Mr. X tyrant in like a metal coating and no. And Birkin, yeah, Birkin's not gonna be fucking stopped by a cell door. Get out of here. Uh-oh. Ben's dead.
Leon.
Make them pay. Yeah. Chief don't care.
Where are you going, Ada?
To the chemical plant. I have a feeling that's where I'll find John.
Ada, wait! Hey!
Leon, are you still there? We're leaving.
Are you crazy? The streets are still crawling with zombies.
It'll be all right, trust me. We found a way to the sewer. Follow us later.
Claire! Claire!
I
Wait,
love that.
wait!
We're getting the hell out of here,
Why doesn't
Leon.
anyone
You
ever
can
listen
come
to me?
later. What you got in your cell there, huh? Nothing? No valuables? Stop bothering me, phone. Something, man. To be fair, he blocked himself in a cell. Do you think he had, I don't know, healing items? Is it this way? Now I'm getting mixed up. I think it's back down this way. Right? Come on, spiders, play nice. They could have put a knife on him. That would have been a little cheeky of them. You check Ben's dead body, he's got like a knife. Maybe an herb. Something. Well, should be good enough. I think we put a whole clip in William, and then we're good to go. Although I don't have a quick shot in this game, so. William Birkin and his pipe! This is a fight I want to do again in Remake as well. So much better in Remake. Yo, yeah, why weren't you already shooting? And that's it. Take it easy, bud. Walk up and start blowing on his giant eye and fucking starts flinching and shit. I know, I didn't want to check the goddamn panel. I wanted to insert all the plugs. And I think from here it's basically just... Does Mr. X pop in again? I feel like there's another Mr. X moment. I still gotta get shot.
Ada!
Oh, you mean The Umbrella contractors? I'm sure they have them
What
on.
was that all
I've
about?
always imagined it
Running
works
off
much like,
that
you
was
know,
reckless and
the
stupid.
Star Wars logic of like, oh yeah, we're building a giant Death
zombies
Star.
are
What does that do?
everywhere.
It's to blow
Not to
planets up.
mention that thing that got
Don't
me.
ask, don't tell, you know?
I was there, Leon. I know.
Umbrella clearly has this entire town under its
Look,
hand.
kid,
It controls
as an
everything.
officer,
It's got the
it's
police
my job
chief
to look out for you. But we're not going to
on the
get through this
payroll.
alive if
I'm
we
sure
don't
half the
work
town just
together,
works for them.
okay?
Also, considering that
Alright.
this takes place
We'll
right
do this
after the
your
first
way.
game and the incident at the mansion was covered up, imagine a big corporate, I guess like medical company, because I assume, you know, that's what everyone thinks Umbrella is. They work on pharmaceuticals and things like that. They're just a huge pharmaceutical company who comes to your town and is like, yeah, we're going to invest a whole lot of money if you let us put a plant, like, in the underground areas that, you know, we can have it run off to the sewers and, you know, whatever. And the town probably ate that shit up and was like, oh, hell yeah, we want that. They didn't think twice. And then, you know, this happens. Kinda? I mean, not everyone responds to these viruses like becoming a monster. If I'm not mistaken, you know, Wesker's a good example of like, nah, sometimes people become weird, superhuman creatures, I guess. What is this, a pushable? It is. They give some people blood clots, okay? Some people. What could you possibly be mad about? Shut up and take the vaccine. They're perfectly safe. Stop asking questions. Don't worry about the blood clots and the virus and the vaccine being pulled off the market. Well, lucky for me, it's impossible to get it around where I am. Because everyone's fucking backed up. Honestly, the whole, like, blood clotting thing isn't even, like, the surprising part. Because we're hitting, like, the 1-year mark now, officially, of, since the vaccines have been out. So we're going to start seeing those weird adverse side effects that everyone wants to act like wasn't going to be there for some reason. And I'm not even, like, an anti-vax person. I think I've said this on other occasions, but, you know, experimental vaccines, they're going to have side effects. And fucking non-experimental ones are going to have side effects. Vaccines that are not properly tested have side effects. So everyone who's jumping to be like, I got mine, I got vaccinated, you should too. Like, fucking, this was gonna happen. And anyone who thought it wasn't gonna happen is kind of an asshole. So when people were like, I'm not rushing to get it, I completely understood. I wasn't gonna blame them for saying, like, I don't trust it, it's not safe yet. Because they're not wrong. You have to weigh your options. What's more important? Oh yeah, that's fair. Over here, you know. Also, conspiracy brain. When I heard Johnson & Johnson got pulled after, like, what? I saw, like, 6 things of blood clots happened initially, and they were like, pull that shit off the market.
That woman was...
I immediately
I
thought
have to talk to
that,
her.
it's possible that because everyone wanted to get the Johnson & Johnson, because of the whole, the Pfizer and the Moderna are chipping you, like those people. So there was a lot of people who were just waiting for the Johnson & Johnson because it wasn't an mRNA vaccine. They probably had some of the Pfizer and Moderna that were going to spoil due to that. Like, people just not wanting to get it. That could also be playing into why it's being pulled. Other than the blood clots, but, you know, that was, like I said, conspiracy brain was ringing, and I was like, interesting. That's the one that got weird side effects. Oh no, roaches. Either way, I hope nothing bad happens with you and your, blood clot vaccine.
Don't move.
I mean, I'm just making assumptions. I can't speak for the scientific community.
Identify yourself.
Don't take
Ada?
rushed
Ada
vaccines.
Wong.
That's my opinion.
Ada Wong.
If people want to be the test subjects for it and be heroes, by all means, but I will delay as long as humanly possible if needed.
Research used his girlfriend's name as his password. Ada and John, I believe. How did you know? Who are you?
Annette Birkin. My husband is the man responsible for the creation of the T-virus.
Oh,
William
no.
Birkin.
What?
John's dead. He became one of those zombies. My condolences. And although I regret this, you will be joining me shortly. I won't let anyone.
I mean,
take
you know, people who get vaccines early and are test subjects for it are doing a great thing.
T-virus?
I'm not going to knock
Capable of
that.
creating the ultimate bio.
I have no interest in doing so.
Potential
Nothing
is
personal.
even greater than that of the T-virus.
In a situation like this
That
one
must
specifically,
mean
you
the
know,
creature in the police department is
people who are at risk, right?
Precisely.
Well, yeah,
My
but,
husband,
you know,
William.
you still get to brag about it.
And it's
I may
all
have made a
lies.
vaccine safe for others by
None of
taking
this
it
would have
early.
happened if they hadn't
I also
tried
got
to
paid.
steal his
How well
research
did it
away
pay,
from
by the
him.
way, if you don't mind me asking? Was it like good money, or was it like, yo, here's 20 bucks, thanks for your
Where
blood?
did you get that pendant? It looks exactly like the one I gave Sherry.
She dropped it. I've been holding on to it for her.
Liar! Give it back to me!
Yeah, get her. She's distressed because her child's in danger, and you may have killed her. Take her gun. Murder her.
Too bad.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, I don't have any issue with, like, certain kinds of drug trials. But I guess it's always risk-reward, and like you said, if you're broke, you're kind of willing to do it. But that's how a lot of that stuff gets passed. They give it to poorer communities to let all the kinks get worked out. Pretty fucking shady, but, you know. No one wants to talk about that kind of shit either, but we'll talk about how you gotta get you vaccines. Do I need... I do. I need the valve, I'm pretty sure. Oh, it was like approving the batch so they could ship it out? Well, if that's the case, that's a whole different story. I'm thinking COVID nonsense, because that's where my brain just initially goes to with this stuff now. But if someone was like, hey, do you want to take a vaccine that's already been tested, just so we can make sure this batch isn't tainted? Why the fuck not? Because off chance that, like, a tainted batch is incredibly rare, but a new vaccine being riddled with side effects is a whole other mess. Hey, Haynes is on the way. Sweet. Let me message this boy. Alright. Well, I guess I'll find out exactly what happens soon. But, considering that that man is free in the middle of the day, if it was some kind of dumb altercation with the cops, it was definitely just bullshit paperwork holding him back. Like it always is. Come on, audio. Work yourself out. Spiders. Fuck that. Fucking spiders. I definitely remember hearing about COVID trial stuff, but like I said, I don't fucks with vaccines that are still in the testing phases. I understand in this case we needed it because, you know, it was a necessity for it rather than just for certain groups of people anyway. For me, not necessary, and I'll hard pass on anyone trying to be like, need to take it. No, I fucking don't. Need is a strong word. I'll get it once we've worked out some of the kinks. Like, thank God I fucking waited and didn't end up getting the one that gives me blood clots. See, that's something I don't really know about. The vaccine pass. Oh, I didn't mean to grab those increments on the shotgun shells. Oh, anyway. But, like, those, the passport thing, that's literally just for travel, right? I'm not mistaken with that. Because, you know, you have these fucking nut jobs who try and, oh, they're just trying to keep track of us, blah, 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 whatever, those people. But it's like, no, if you want to fucking fly to another country in the middle of a pandemic, yeah, you gotta have the paper that says you're vaccinated. That makes sense.
Ada!
Oh no, I know what it is. I'm just saying there were people who were very,
This bullet
I don't need to have a card that
It's
says I got the shot. If you're flying, you might want to have that. This isn't a thing that's only affecting a country, it's affecting the entire planet, so yes, traveling while vaccinated is necessary.
Don't mention it.
When they start, you know, vaccine carding you to get on, like, public transportation and to go to the supermarket, alright, now you can overreact.
Never mind. Let's just get out of here. The sooner the better.
Is it wallet-sized? Can you hold on to it at all times? Yeah, he got out. Okay, so it's literally just so you can show it to the authorities as needed. Just fucking people are ridiculous with that kind of shit. Yeah, but whatever, wallet size, that's... It's not this fucking, like, it's not like a passport book where it's like, you are gonna be required to use this. Yeah, he was having he had an altercation with somebody and had to spend a day in central bookings or at the precinct, question mark? I'm not really sure exactly what happened. I'm a little fuzzy on the details. He was supposed to be here earlier, we were supposed to play D&D yesterday, but shit happens. So, I believe he's gonna pop in. We're gonna play some more Resident Evil, and if he feels like talking about it, he'll let us know. Although I'm sure it's... Oh no, you know what it is? This is like a repeat thing at this point. I think we've talked about it on stream before. We have a neighbor, kind of an asshole. Haynes also doesn't like taking shit from people, so when you push more than once, you know, you're gonna get him upset. It's one thing to just be a dick occasionally, but to be consistently an asshole is a whole other story. So yeah, he has problems with this guy, and sometimes they get into shit, and when that happens for the God knows what time it's been now, the cops show up, and they have to detain someone, otherwise it looks like they're not doing anything, which, if I recall correctly, this happened a few times, and they just were not helpful. They would show up and be like, no, we can do, sorry. People are allowed to be assholes, and it's like, that's true. Until someone gets hurt, and then, you know, shit like this happens. It's all fun and games till someone gotta get punched in the face. Get out of here, you little bitch. Here, go to that one. Do it again. Oh no, Ada. You fool. You're injured. I thought Leon's just walking around with the fucking, like... He's probably got, like, a sucking chest wound from the bullet in his fucking lung. Yeah, you know, it's interesting, considering this game had, like, the setups for the fight, so this happens, and then you will be fighting him shortly. Haha. Hidden item. No shiny on floor. But we'll need that. For fun. Oh, I don't remember how close these guys are. Let's turn the corner and find out. Ada, look out! Oh god. Is this just for herbs? Was this a nothing hallway? Ada, shoot them, please! Wow, is there really nothing over here? Or is this one of those, like, Claire got it so you don't kind of situations? That might be the case. God, going back to these games is so good. They still feel great. Ah! Can't see I'm shooting at. Hey, to help! At least he's handgun bullets are coming in handy for something. Damn me and my picking up those stupid ink ribbons.
We finally arrived. There must be something hidden here.
You don't want to be chewing into the mic. What's going on, AVH? Pretty good. Pretty good. Putting Leon B to bed. Following this up with some Resident Evil 4. I gotta bang out these numbered games so I can feel justified in playing 8, even though I'd play it regardless of the fact. How you doing today, sir? Good day, I hope? Do I need to bring the weapons? You know what? We're just gonna bring the weapons box key with me anyway. Also, Mr. Stained Haynes will be joining us shortly. He had a bit of a predicament he had to get himself out of, so... Why did I bring those Magnum rounds? I'm stupid. Ow, I shouldn't do that. I'm very sore. Oh my god! How'd he sneak up on me? Alright, Leon, look away. He's walking. Come on. Leon. Leon, turn around. That's enough, Cam. Thank you. This big bitch right here. Oh, he's right there. You gotta wonder how he's sneaky like that, considering his big ol' size. 7 this time? Oh, works for me. What do you got? What do you got? What do you got? Don't be healing items. Give me bullets. Okay. Big ass boy to be sneaking around on people. I do love how Leon just kind of stares at the camera watching him and waits for him to put the camera down. Instead of, you know, reacting. Handgun bullets. Hard pass, thank you. We don't need those anymore. Is it here? Yep. Also, Ada, standing at a computer, trying to figure out how to make it work when,
let's go.
You needed the fucking key, Ada! Oh wait, no, I'm going the wrong way. I'm a dumbass. sure it's back up, and we go back out the other way, and there should now be the train to the Umbrella Labs. Meanwhile, Ada dying of poison from that fucking spider. Excuse me. There we go. Oh wait. Is this enough to put him down? It should be. Although I definitely should have brought the Magnum. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, do I not need the key for this? Interesting. I'm gonna feel really stupid if I die here by not bringing the Magnum. Let's see. That should be fine. Ada, you idiot! Why didn't you dodge?
Ada! Ada! Can you hear me? Come on, snap out of it!
I guess Leon will handle it. Damn it, Kool-Aider. Now I got that stupid Big Chugga song stuck in my head. Yo, Ada has like 4 near-death experiences in this game alone. And in case someone hasn't seen the end of this game, spoiler, there's a really big fucking ending piece where, you know, she's supposed to be dead, and then fucking 4 happened, and I was like, sorry, guess not. Just gonna keep it moving against this jerk. Oh, never mind, you jumped? I don't remember this. Oh god. I need to put your claws up. Jump again. Do the jump. That's what I wanted you to do. You stupid jerk. That's what I remember, the claws up. Whoa, that guy swings a lot. And that's a near death. Uh-oh. I'm in danger. That could have gone very poorly, considering I haven't saved in a while. I didn't realize that that open arms hugging claw attack instantly puts you in danger.
Welcome back.
I'll be more careful in 4 and save often.
Hey, take it easy. We're inside Umbrella's secret lab. I'll go find something to treat that wound,
so just rest here in the meantime.
What do you mean, Leon? Just wrap it up like you wrapped yours. She'll be fine.
I'll only slow you down.
Put some
for a
fucking
few
bandages
days.
on it.
Go. Save yourself.
Worked for a gunshot wound.
Is it just
Through
me, or
presumably
does
the
everybody
lung.
always ignore what I say?
Yes,
I told
Leon.
you, it's my job to look after you.
But you'll be in danger if you stay with me. I know I've only known you for a short period of time, but I really enjoy being with you.
He's uncomfortable touching her
I-
chest. He's a police officer. He's gotta be careful.
I'm not capable of caring about anyone, but I don't want to lose you.
We're leaving this place together.
Simp!
Wait here for me. I'll be right back.
Leon the simp? No. That would be even worse. Not to touch too of a sensitive of a subject, but there's a good chance if Ada was a person of darker color and was injured like that next to a cop, regardless of how that situation went down, people would be upset and blaming him. And I don't think Leon wants any of that either. Is Mr. X gonna show up right now? I feel like Mr. X is gonna show up right now. Huh. Well, goodbye, Ada. It was nice knowing you. I don't know, man. Minneapolis is a mess right now. There are a few places that are a mess right now, to be fair. It's not just Minneapolis. There's a typewriter here somewhere, right? But I imagine, in the hypothetical there, that it's pretty awesome to not be there in general, realistically, regardless of your stance on things. You probably don't want to be there. For the sake of not doing this again, if I die like a moron, let's just get a save down. To be honest, I'm actually also very surprised, Made in Mycelium, that like this area around me tends to have, not like my personal neighborhood, but just New York City in general, tends to have people that whenever there's protests, there's always waves of it here. Not so much recently. They got real big for the Floyd stuff, and then after that they kind of, I don't know, I don't want to say stopped caring, but I have a few people that I follow who are pretty regular at the protests that still exist. I like to watch their streams from like every once in a while, just to see like what's going on. Last time I saw something, they had like a walk across the Brooklyn area in solidarity or whatever the fuck the plan was. And they had done it during the peak of the Floyd stuff, and it was impossible to access the bridge with how many people were there. And then they did it again, you know, months later, more nearing the end of the year of last year. And they had like maybe a block's worth of people Outrage has a shelf life. You can only be upset about things for so long before the people who are in charge, the ones who are supposed to be, you know, fighting for their equality or the changes in laws, like, you have to actually get changes made, otherwise people stop caring. You can't just talk about it. That's how people start, you know, giving up. You talk and talk and talk, but no one takes it to City Hall, no one brings it to the eyes of politicians, no one actually tries to make change, you don't get the police involved, you just walk around yelling. Eventually people are going to get tired. Just saying. Yeah, but the crowd we're dealing with are the same people that like to put the word all in front of things, like all something is bad, and then when you turn around and use that same all or nothing mentality against them, they get upset. So yes, I expected nothing short of insane demands. I mean, I like to look at street activism the same way I look at keyboard warriors, or whatever you want to call them. So yeah, so you get it. You can't have an all or nothing mentality and then be mad when the all or nothing gets used against you and say, like, no, you can't say that, it's not fair, or whatever. Like, get out of here. Do I need the... Oh no, I think I can get... There's an item box, so I can get it somewhere else. That's it. And that's why it'll never stick. As far as, like, the BLM movement, it's something that... I had a talk with a friend of mine recently, and, you know, she's not... I wouldn't say she's, like, a crazy actress or anything. She sides. She leans more left. And we were just talking about BLM in general, and I was saying, like, I would be more invested in their causes if they didn't have their name, essentially lying. And then, you know, we had to have the conversation of, like, well, what do you mean by lying? And I was like, well... their phrasing implies that everyone who is black and of, like, people of color, all of them matter. And I don't hear you guys talking about the slave trade going on in Africa. I don't hear you guys talking about the violent crime rates in black neighborhoods. I don't hear you talking about the treatment they get in the Middle East. It happens when a cop kills somebody. So, if you want to talk about police violence, I'm all for it. It's unnecessary. Cops shouldn't be able to kill people. They shouldn't need to kill people. You want to talk about black lives? You have to be a little more all-encompassing now, and you have to talk about every single instance. And if you don't, then why is your name in for every single instance? All or nothing mentalities, but, you know, what do I know? Yeah, I mean, a lot of them have been conditioned to say certain things or behave a certain way when you bring things up, which, like, that's fine. Because, like, the core of their argument when it comes to, like, the police violence, I'm on the same page as them. But if you can't just, you know, change the direction of what you're saying to encompass that idea, like, we have to work on the policing in this country. I agree. But you also have to be fair about that kind of stuff. Missed. Alright. Yes, Haynes is here.
I'm curious what sordid details they were told because, like, evidently Kool-Aider thinks, like, I hijacked the fucking bakery truck.
I will tell you exactly what I said. I was like, all I know is there was a cop car and there was an ambulance and Haynes was involved. And I was like, I don't know if it was an altercation with the man in the building. I don't know if something happened in your house. I just knew that there was an ambulance and there was a cop car, which, to be fair, in New York, ambulance and cop car go hand in hand. When one gets called, usually the other is not far behind. But
no.
I also saw that, like, I sent you a message and the message was put on red, and I was like, that means the phone is accessible to somebody. So I'm not too concerned.
So, ladies and jerks, I'm fine. I got out the white utility van. It took me a while to get back home. But before I forget, Anonymous, Resident Evil 4 is 2-player, right?
4 is 1-player. 5 is the 2-player one.
Oh, okay.
Which I still have to figure out how to make it 2-player on a single PC. I don't know how that works. I'm not gonna lie.
Let me get
Yeah, do your thing.
Can I trouble you for like the custom fancy chair? Because we're gonna.
That's in the living room.
I got it.
Any one of those, realistically.
I'll be right back.
God, there's a plant there.
Yeah, calm your tits, all right? Just take it easy. Hi.
Oh. Oh, right. There are liquors. Fuck you, you bastard. I got enough magna for that. Up. Up. Oh, you take 3? That's not good.
Where's the cushion?
Closet, top left side.
Actually, wait, hold on. Let me get the cushion first.
Yeah, the plant monsters in this are kind of jank. I don't think they really are much of a threat, to be honest.
Have you gotten to the part where you gotta use the flamethrower?
I don't have the flamethrower. I know it's probably in the game, I just don't know where.
Have you gotten the SMG and taken out the first mutation?
We are at Umbrella Lab already.
Alright.
Yes, I also skipped the SMG because, like many weapons in Resident Evil 2, you don't need it.
Well, it's useful, partially because it's you could take on 1 or 2 bosses without. Oh shit! What's up, John Woo? Oh wow! If only she was a black man. All right, listen, Maiden Mycelium. I've had it up to here, not calling you not 17.
We were talking about how, so basically Ada gets slapped by by William Burger.
Mm-hmm.
And where the hell is my shotgun? And you have her dying in a train car, essentially bleeding out. And she's like, Leon's like, oh, I'll find a way to help patch it up. Meanwhile, he's walking around with a sucking chest wound from a bullet. Like, yo, wrap her up the way she wrapped you up. And fucking Mycelium is doing the whole, like, well, you know, he's a gentleman, he doesn't want to touch her chest. And I was like, well, he's lucky that he's not a person of color, because then they would be like, you did this, even though a giant monster just, like, maimed her.
Listen, Leon enjoys Booba as much as the next person.
Oh, wait.
Weapon
ski. I'm getting distracted.
But first and foremost, he has to uphold the law.
Well, you know, he was like, I have to help you. And I was like, well, you could fucking wrap up her wound instead of leaving her on the train bleeding out. That's a good start, I think. Apply pressure. But he's like, I'm gonna go search the Umbrella facility for a way to help you, I guess. Oh yeah, you can.
Well, but by the way, when I tweeted out, hey, I'm on my way, fucking Kool-Aider tweeted that picture from Goodfellas where Jimmy opens the door after Henry gets pinched and they're all like, hey, he broke his cherry! You did good, Haynes. You gave him nothing and they got nothing. Ladies and jerks, thank you for joining us. This was supposed to be a Words Mean Things stream, and then it turned into a Vidya Gaems stream. Because, again, there's a lot of unresolved blood and thunder out there. The good news is that, you know, minor infractions like throwing hands with people in the city of New York, You know, back in the day, that used to be like a long, grueling process with, what's the word I'm looking for? Repercussions? Comeuppance? But now...
Well, it depends on whether or not the person presses charges, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. However...
So if no one wants to press charges, you can throw hands all day.
However,
Shit, you can damn near beat a man within an inch of his life in New York City, and if that guy goes, now we're cool, you walk.
Now here's the deal. As long as you don't murder a member of the NYPD in broad daylight on camera, you just get shuffled in and out of your holding cell in central bookings in 24 hours, somewhere between 19 and 24 hours. Oh, what's good, John Woo? Buenas noches por tu consideración. And I'm looking forward to the Power Hour stream tomorrow. This motherfucker's gonna be in Philadelphia.
Yeah?
Yeah, so...
Well, apparently we're talking about playing some Valheim.
Well, now! Oh, Pittsburgh, excuse me. This motherfucker. A of the H, good evening. It's a pleasure that you are here watching Vidya Gaems as Monoxus continues to come to terms with the fact that his party was cancelled. This may or may not be the worst or best first day on the job ever.
Let's not forget that Leon's party being cancelled ends up with him working for the president.
See, because in an alternate timeline, his party wasn't cancelled, and he just ends up like
he's just like a fucking, he's a desk jockey.
He ends up retiring after 20 years like a jaded, like, you know, beat cop.
He's just the rookie cop, and that's it. That's what happens to Leon.
And then
if his party isn't canceled.
And if his party isn't canceled, by like 14 years into, that's right, Frank Hassel style, John Woo, please be safe. And if I were you, you should set something up in regards to like getting donations or text-to-speech if you really want to like just go the whole 9 yards. But that's just me. I salute the size of your grapefruit balls of heading to Pittsburgh. Family style eating? He's gonna be having family style tourism.
Another one.
John Woo confirmed to be neutral card because he's not doing it for the money.
We're running.
Oh no, get away, Super Lickers!
Oh god.
That dude straight up did like a fucking Air Jordan like leap at you.
We're running. You see this?
Are those... Is Leon wearing high-top sneakers or Converses?
I don't know. I think he's supposed to be wearing boots.
I think they kind of look like Converse All-Stars to me. Kind of. Or like Chuck Taylors.
I think it's supposed to be like boots, just like, you know, NYPD, whatever.
Oh, like
style.
the standard police issue boots.
Yeah, I think. Oh god, I walked right into it. Oh, plant. Just wanted this sweet herb you're guarding. For safety.
Because you couldn't grab the sweet herbs earlier because of the Air Jordan liquors.
Well, I didn't realize there was 3 in that room, and I wasn't anticipating them to have those kind of hops. If I'm being brutally honest here.
Well, let's be honest. They have mad-ups.
Yeah, they fucking went ham.
Government issued Air Jordans, and they made sure that they were like the sweet first edition Jordans that like people like are still getting shot over in parking lots for that are like $350 for a pair.
The unnecessarily expensive ones.
You know what I've always found fascinating, where like to this day there are people like getting jacked for their sneakers.
Yeah.
Especially like Jordans. I mean, you're more likely to have someone go take that off and hold a gun to your head if you're wearing a pair of Jordans than like a gold chain around your neck. The gold chain they could fucking snatch. It's just the Jordans, like this is a process.
First of all, you gotta take them off. Second of all, I can get a gold chain from, I mean, a random number here, half the population. Classic Air Jordans, like hard to find shoes that you kept in good condition because you're the kind of sick person that like wraps them in plastic wrap and puts them back on your fucking like shoe rack at the end of the day and cleans them, you know what I mean? Like, you're the kind of person, well, I mean, to me, if you take that much care of your shoes, you deserve to get robbed.
Oh, wait. Headset. Derp. Alright.
You can't hear anything. Only I can.
I'll be back in a jiff.
This is my husband's legacy. Now, where's that spy you were working with earlier? You know who I'm talking about.
What?
You really don't know anything, do you? You're so gullible. She's one of the operatives sent here by the agency. The only reason why she came here is to obtain the G-Virus.
That's a lie.
No, it's the truth. I discovered this when I did a background check on her. She specifically got close to John
Ada's
and
a
became
spy?
his girlfriend to get information about Umbrella.
No way.
That can't be. I know her. Ada wouldn't do something like that.
See, he knows. He knows her. He met her
You don't
today,
want to believe
like
it, I don't really care.
45
You're about
minutes
to
ago.
die anyway.
He knows her. Uh-oh. That can't be good, right? Ugh. Oh, wait. He's probably got goodies on him. I want the goodies. Yeah, I get it. I want the goodies. What are you carrying? That's what I'm talking about. See, that's worth it. Even though I definitely could have just ran around him, they wouldn't have followed me into the next room because he can't open doors, he can only look right through walls and apparently die hard from ceiling vents. I'm assuming is what he did. No longer do I need a safety area. I need a safety aid screen.
You know, real quickly before we get into this, I kind of admire the devotion sneakerheads have to their collection of things that are worth money, but like if we don't enter a Fallout barter system, I don't think you're gonna get 250 for each pair of Jordan you have in like plastic wrap box.
I mean, I wasn't even talking about like wrapped in a box. Like, I shit you not, I knew this dude. I say I knew him, but it was more like friends of mine knew him, and I was like, why do you hang out with this guy? But the short version is, I remember once they were talking, because he always had, like, you know, the fucking hot new shoes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they had talked about how he kept them nice and pretty. And apparently, every day when he got home, so he wears the sneakers. Mind you, these are things you wear on your feet that you walk on the ground with, and there's like dirt, and they get scuffed, and you use them for like athletics.
Really?
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's what sneakers are, right? Am I wrong to assume that that's what sneakers are? I mean, maybe I'm crazy.
John Woo goes, he had answered A of the H's inquiry of, they have Nike Air Boots in the military, and he goes, yeah, like my buddy has a pair because he was in the chair for, ooh, the chair force. My fault, my dealer finally called. Fucking lazy bastard is playing Smash Brothers. Ooh, not even John Woo is immune to dealer time.
But yeah, anyway, so he would go home after spending a day out, and then he would take the shoes off, and he would clean them, like, give them a proper cleaning, apparently. Let's see. Well, my voice might be lower now because I'm a little further away from the mic. But he would clean the sneakers off, wrap them in plastic wrap, and then put them onto like his like I guess shoe rack kind of thing. Which I just thought like that's a lot of fucking work to maintain sneakers.
Well, that's kind of mildly obsessive, but then again, that's from the same perspective of like, oh, you stepped on my sneakers, you have to get jumped by 14 people I know now.
Yeah. I adjusted the volume too, so it should sound better now, hopefully. I'll also try to speak up since we have the mic moved over, so it's more near Haynes at the moment.
I kind of dig how, like, fight ECW, like,
But, yeah, but you know what? Like, what always bugged me, at least about that whole way of having your sneakers, what's going on, Whisper? So you can pay $300 for a pair of sneakers, and then you have to basically struggle the rest of your life to keep those $300 sneakers from getting scuffed, ripped, stained, used in any way.
Did someone say stain?
Or you can pay for, like, presumably higher quality, like, Like, I mean, I get a lot of running shoes, and they're like 60 to, like, the most expensive ones I have, I think, are $100.
Right.
But we're talking 60 to $100, and I've never had to clean or maintain, and I run with these things, and they're in great condition and they're fine. You get a pair of fucking Jordans, and you lean on them the wrong way, and that's it. They're fucking scuffed, and that they look terrible.
Yeah, and the scary thing is, like, and in a post-scuff, Jordans are useless on the market. So now you've gone from a pair of shoes that could feed a family of 4 for like a month, to
Real
Whisper.
Hero, yeah.
What's good, homie?
I have combat boots that I've been maintaining for a long time.
Leon, please.
Oh snap! Now
Escape.
check this out. A real hero chimes in. Buenas noches.
Leave you behind.
A real hero broadcasting
hold
live
on.
from the great northern tundra of Canada.
He can't leave her behind.
A
You just
woman?
met her.
You fell in love with me. Nothing more.
Ada, you don't look Chinese.
Racist because her last name's Wong.
Imagine she was just like a white girl adopted by like 2 Chinese like people, like, and that's how she ended up with Wong.
It's very possible.
Even though
I don't know Ada Wong's backstory.
Even
but...
though she looks like Becky from Riverside, California.
No.
Oh, Rion.
She wouldn't do that. I know her. I love it. Leon met this woman today, and nope, he loves it.
Oh, real quickly, and I would like to say, not 17, the episode with Zombie. Zombie seems like the kind of guy I'd want, like, in some sort of, like, insane, political, everyone talking over one another ordeal, like the McLaughlin Group, or the McLaughlin Group. He's really sharp, and honestly, like, we should just have him drink, like, a pot of coffee and be like, alright, now tell us everything you know about fascism after World War II, and he'd probably give you, like, a really concise breakdown. Like, Mussolini's granddaughter, like, she's still keeping it up. She's kind of popular on the Twitter.
What? Alright, time to get the fuck out of here.
Leon, you made it.
Claire, is that you? Where are you?
No shit. The one person who's been contacting you through the radio the whole goddamn game.
Never mind that right now.
Remember when you gave her a radio?
I have to go back and get Sherry for me. I left her in the security office.
What is up with everyone's short-term memory in these games?
Leon's just a weird character in this game. He
Wait a
meets
second.
Ada and falls
What are
in
you
love
gonna
with her.
do? Where are you
And
going?
he forgets who Claire is, I guess.
He's had a really long day, dude, alright? He's got other things to worry about.
Hello?
His party was canceled. and that
Claire,
was
are
it.
you there?
I love Zombie.
Claire!
He's one of my favorite people I know online, but getting a podcast with him to actually happen took a while. Glad you liked that podcast. It was a long time in the making. Well, you know, it's kind of crazy. The dude he does his podcast with, if I'm not mistaken, he's going to be one of the guests in the Pokemon stream tomorrow.
Yeah.
And I remember you had mentioned that, and I had no idea that him and I had been mutuals for so fucking long until it's like, oh, who's this guy? Dagoth Ur? Oh, wait. Oh, it's... Really?
Well, endgame time, maybe.
Zombie has, like the last days of talk radio aired to him, like Mancow or like Howard Stern in a way, partially because of the conviction with which he speaks of things. Also, he's got really good comedic chops, actually. Like a Not 17 zombie buddy cop film, where Not 17 is the straight man and Zombie is just like borderline losing his shit, like, you know, every 5 minutes. Is his fucking...
What, is it like Daruma or something like that? That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, Daruma. What the fuck is this guy's name? Give me one moment. Daruma? Hold on. Let me get this guy's name. There you go. Daruma Radio is in cahoots with Zombie, is he not? Please excuse my ignorance if I am incorrect. Ah, Daruma. seconds.
Game volume a little bit.
Whisper the Great, I am just a fart in the wind. Well, we are all farts in the wind at some point or another, and hopefully our farts can be wind in the sails of things we do. Mr. Mystic Shorts, buenas noches por tu presencia aquí hoy noche. Aw, you are sweeter than Menashavitz. God bless 718 TV. And you know what? Mr. Mystic Shorts, I simply adore the way you spell stained Hanes with accent marks. Gracias. Oh, snap, Mr. Mystic Shorts. Mr. Mystic Shorts streams on D-Live from time to time, and I must say he is just as wholesome live as he is on Twitter. I mean, if you want to doom scroll, if you want to walk into threads and be like, I entered a thread of things I don't like. Why am I angry? If you don't want to do those things, check out Mr. Mystic Shorts. Or just straight up Mystic Shorts, as he is known on Twitter and on YouTube.
Can I go kill Tyrant now? Damn, game, you got a lot of fucking cutscenes.
Aha, de nada, Senor Mystic Shorts. I'm not gonna lie, it is kind of funny though how, like, Leon is probably the closest thing to, like, a Boy Scout in Resident Evil 2, because, like, among other things, like, I love how, like, the bandage is an iconic look, but there's, like, 40 minutes of the game where you have a gaping chest wound, and he's just all like, hey, what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
I got an SMG. This thing takes up 2 slots in my inventory.
He gets blasted real hard. Also, to be fair, for getting the job, not only dealing with a zombie apocalypse, okay, I know, is it the back train?
And little does he know that this is all going to be for close to nothing because the city's getting nuked. Man.
I wish I knew what word got censored.
Mr. Mystic Shorts. Now remember, Matty Furious, he typed in the slang word for cigarette and that got censored. So, you might have to be careful, my friend.
That is right. That may be the word. Which is so weird that it auto-censors. I'm not a fan of that, but you know what? Twitch also decided to crack down on people and be assholes about what you can and can't say. Funny enough, I was watching one of the streamers I watch, and I went back to watch one of his older videos from way back.
Yeah.
And just hearing him, like, mercilessly use all of the words that Twitch doesn't like.
Really?
Just like, and I was like, yo, now they're doing that program where they go and look back.
Oh, Elsa? Uh-oh.
Like, you're gonna have to, like, he's gonna have to delete those videos from YouTube.
I remember, thank you, Mr. Mystic Shorts. You can catch Mystic Shorts live on D-Live in the link he has so graciously provided us and you, alright?
Feel free to chill, it's fine.
Before I forget, like, let's say the grid goes down and then we have a full-on, like, Fallout barter economy.
Right.
Alright. For starters,
Thank you, Whisper.
what are we going to do? No, don't stop shilling. If you stop shilling, I'm gonna be waiting under your bed with a canvas sack of doorknobs, a blowtorch, some ether, and probably a thermos full of coffee just in case you take your sweet time.
Half the fun of being a community full of people who like to make their own fucking content is that we share it and then go,
oh no!
I'm gonna watch.
Oh no! I'm shilling. Everyone watch out. Everyone watch out. I'm shilling. Boom. And now you're gonna get a 2-hit comp. Oh, thank you! Whisper the Great beat me to the punch. Damn you, Whisper. Why must you be so considerate? But, real quickly.
Ready to watch me miss with a rocket? It's like that's gonna happen. A tyrant.
It's the MIDI classic music that gets me though. My man's got moves.
Yeah, I'm gonna see on that. It's just like one shots.
Here, use this.
Thanks for reading.
Ada, is that you? Ada!
Leon, I'm sorry. I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he hit you from behind like a jerk.
Can I miss this rocket? Nope.
Game over.
Can't miss him when he's right next to me.
The money shot.
Game over, he says.
Is it illegal to ride a bike drunk? No, it is not, but it is illegal to ride a lawnmower drunk. Not too shabby, Mystic Shorts. How you holding up? Unfortunately, life got in the way, so Monoxus held before it began streaming Vidya Games.
To be fair, we gotta, if we're gonna play all these numbered games, you know, time's running out.
This is true.
Only a couple of weekends left before, you know.
Cause it has a motor? Honestly, Whisper, I'm gonna have to go with yes. Also because it has more than 2 wheels, alright? Like, I'm pretty sure if you're riding one of those, like, you know those, like, Hot Wheel Tonka trucks, like, kids drive?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if a midget got drunk and drove one of those, that would be against the law.
Oh, fucking right.
It's got a motor, and it's got 4 wheels, doesn't it?
I don't know if that's how this works, but I mean, I also can't confirm that whether you're right or wrong, so...
Oh, but what was her name? Mrs. I said a bunch of really ugly things back in the day. What's her name? Lindsay Ellis?
A woman said a lot of horrible things back in the day, and you're asking me to remember which one?
No. Well, which one?
I don't know. Was there a specific person where it was like, that was what they were known for?
They'd get arrested for abandoning the Up yours, Barnum and Bailey. Chuckles isn't gonna have any more of your shit. A white woman! Charlie Con. Charlie Con is here. He's wishing you the best weekend you can ever have. Charlie Con is a masked bastard, although his mask is black and mine is blue.
Lyrics to that one.
Me master.
When in Rome.
Yeah, damn right, Charlie.
So, yesterday, that's all he had your character say. That was the only thing out of your mouth. Hey, should we do this thing? When in Rome, right, boys?
Ay, Dios.
Charlie, thank you for being here. Y gracias por tu consideración.
Welcome to the end of Resident Evil 2 Leon B File.
Oh, alright, well, you gotta hold your horses, Mystic Shorts, because if you're gonna have a theme song, I mean, there might be like a French horn section, some guy auto-tuning like a viola solo. It's gonna be pretty wild. You know what? It's gonna be like what you expect from the intro to Cowboy Bebop.
Okay.
But it's gonna be Mystic Shorts. Also, no joke, Mystic Shorts, that video you posted where you're like, hey, what's going on? I'm under a bridge, over a river. This spot's pretty hot. And, like, just... Because, like, when... You see, when you go on, like, Tinder or OkCupid and women are like, I like to go on adventures, that never means putting on chainmail and slaughtering bandits by I-95 and then, like, hijacking a beer truck just in case you come across a caravan of drunken wizards and you want some leverage to barter. Like, they never mean... But Mystic Shorts, on the other hand, and the people...
You're all gonna deal with this audio.
And the people at the Mystic Sanctum,
for a second.
they go on actual, legit, honest-to-God adventures. It's a rarity these days.
Uh-oh.
Mob Rules by Black Sabbath. Oh, Charles, have you ever heard of this band called Mac Sabbath? It is a McDonald's and fast food themed Black Sabbath cover band, but here's the kicker. Not only are they good, they are phenomenal live. Like, legit, like, I'm, like, it's not often you go to a live show and people aren't doing this for half the show.
Yeah.
If you could prevent people from doing this at a live event, you gotta be doing something right. And I've only seen, like, 3 bands do that. Balkan Beatbox, Cannibal Corpse, and Mac Sabbath. In fact, during Cannibal Corpse, there was this moment where it was like, this kills the holding up the phone, and everyone's just like headbanging in tandem.
I was gonna say, I mean, Tupperware Remix Party, people couldn't hold their phones up because they were too busy being tired from flicking their hands.
Oh my goodness!
And exhausting themselves.
And then, like, switching hands?
Although, still a pretty good line. Yeah.
Oh, you know what, though? Like, that was such a great live show, even though it had, like, such a tragic start.
Oh, yeah.
And I was finally vindicated in bringing 2 handkerchiefs somewhere.
Yes.
Like... Ozzy Osbourne's had a lot of success.
Come on, let me shoot the damn thing.
You see, Mystic Shorts, herein lies the ordeal, okay? Like, there's, like... I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, SLC Punk, but there's a scene where they're like, oh, like, that guy? That's, like, the most punk dude here. And, like, he's just this, like, happy-looking dude enjoying the show, and he's the guy who fucks the pie from American Pie.
Yeah.
Like, a fight breaks out, he, like, lays out a skinhead, gets into a fight, and then goes back. You see, it's the punk that isn't advertised. Like, if you go to a punk show and there's, like, a balding dude in his mid-30s wearing a flannel shirt and sweatpants, he's probably the most punk dude, like, at the fucking live show, alright? Being punk is like being zen. If you say it, you're not. You see, right, because true strength does not have to advertise and announce itself. It simply is, like, strength, or womanhood, or being really fucking metal.
Yeah, I say him. That Final Birkin's a pretty fucking weird-looking monster.
But
for some reason, these games like to take their creatures and be like, look, it's a guy. It's a guy with some junk on it. Oh my god, he's a giant monstrosity!
FYI, William Birkin in Salty Bet, his final form is a full-screen ordeal that, like, immune to grabs.
That thing that was just there, the train Birkin.
Although I must admit, like, final form Birkin legit looks like the STD-ridden vaginas you used to see in the in health class.
Yeah, I mean that's him right there, trying to get up all in this train. Yeah, it's Final Birkin's a weird one. They basically did the same thing with Nemi in this remake.
Not 17 goes, it's like a penis and an anus at the same time. Penanus! This looks way too much like a vagina monster with a large clitoris. Hey, it's a transbian penis, alright? You sensitive jerk.
No, the little girl is Sherry, and she's the daughter of the giant monster that's trying to eat the train.
That's the monster's daughter.
Yes.
Hey, that's no monster's daughter. That's my wife.
Dude, she's like 12.
Hey, this is Saudi Arabia, isn't it? I mean Pakistan.
No, I mean this is America.
I'm kidding. Or is it? I'm kidding.
Also, Mycelia, you save her in Claire's story, which is the first file I read, and then this happens in the second file.
But Charlie Kahn chimes in with, I don't feel punk. Now it's oops all teeth. I love that Mugen has warped to Salty Bet. Oh, Salty Bet. Here's the thing. On one hand, Salty Bet is now difficult to keep tabs on because, like, even if you subscribe, win rates mean nothing at this point because, like, the roster is so bloated. You just have to remember or keep notes. Oh, you're weak against rushdown. You're perfect against grapplers. You have no hit stuns, so all X, Y, and Z characters are useless against you. And then traps and scams. Having to memorize every single, like, oh, for whatever reason, when I fight a character from King of Fighters 97, I don't register a hitbox, so I'm just standing here taunting. Like, there are so many...
It was, back when I was on Salty Bet, there was already too much to memorize.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how much more bloated it's gotten, considering during the seasons, like, they don't remove a lot, they just add a ton.
Yeah.
Only a very few handful that I can remember get removed entirely. And then it's just like
Hey,
a ton of shit
it's up
gets
to
added.
us to take out Umbrella.
That's right, Leon. Except you don't follow through with that. You go and do the president's daughter thing.
Although, honestly, like,
I love the song.
this is kind of a dope song.
Turn that up.
Hey, you take that back, not 17. The cutscenes have aged like milk underneath the faucet, but they're charming, alright? Mr. Mystic Shorts giving prompts to Monoxus, running around with tank controls, absconding the bow gun as always.
There's no bowgun in Leon's file, dude. It's the Magnum and the shotgun, and they're both good.
Which one of you jerks earlier said that you want your theme song to be composed by Charlie Day or Charlie Kelly?
I believe that was Whisper.
Was that you, Whisper? Oh, the bass is being backhanded. Are you kidding me? Charlie, if you're sticking around, Monoxus is going to be covering a table with barbed wire, putting thumbtacks on it, lighting it on fire, and then taking Resident Evil 4 and putting it through the table so everyone in Twitch chat goes ECW and spams it endlessly. All right.
Hopefully, I've never played 4 before, so.
Although, if I understand correctly, RE4 is like the cloth all future Resident Evil games were like based off of, because with the third-person controls.
Well, it goes 1, 2, 3, and then that's like the classic tank-controlled weapon.
Yes.
What, this right here?
Yes, please.
We're gonna borrow it.
Okay, I will be right back.
Yeah, but 1, 2, 3
yes!
is the classic tank-controlled, you know, that's the original era. And then you get 4 and 5.
Hold on. Kendo stick.
But yeah, 4 and 5.
Whisper locks them with meat on their bones.
4 and 5 was like action shooter. Apparently 6 has a classic tank control story, a shooter story,
BBW,
and a Devil May Cry style beat 'em up story in 6. So everyone hated that.
I would like to say though, real quickly, I'd like to picture that, like, all right. Speaking of BBWs, you know who is my
Also
spirit
great
animal?
music.
You know who's my spirit animal? Booger from Revenge of the Nerds. If anyone here has seen Revenge of the Nerds, remember that one scene where, like, Booger's at a party, and he's just, there's this, like, a woman twice his size here and twice his size there, and he just, like, can't help himself, and he's, like, just, he's, like, stare party dancing back and forth. He's my spirit animal. I actually don't like them with meat on their bones. Been there, done that, not a fan. Ah, Whisper likes the bony bitches. Whisper likes the women that, like, shatter when you look at them hard enough. Omega Moose, yes! Oh, Booger. You see, Kool-Aider remembers. In fact, Kool-Aider was the guy who came up with the idea, let's put liquid heat on the jock straps of the jocks. Hang on, I'll be right back. Put on Spaniard Peasant Hunter 4. ¡Corre! ¡Corre! El señor de Mystic Short se le está matando la familia. ¡Corre! ¡Corre! Ooh, Whisper the Great is all I enjoy. Moderation. If she's not 5'7" and of average weight, she could go to hell.
Anything's good for banging, but you want to wifey it, you gotta get a girl who's fit.
Not 17 goes, I think proportion matters more than size, but average in general is best. Ooh, suddenly everyone is chiming in, and nobody's wrong here. Herein lies the thing, because what works for not 17 might kill me in 2 weeks and vice versa. Also, just one last time, because there's Maiden Mycelium, Green, 17. For real though, like, if you're cool with me saying not 17, thank you for putting up with my low-key, not hysterical nonsense horse, it's horse shit, really. But I appreciate you putting up with this, okay? Because you see, this nickname was given and earned. So if Haynes, I'm not that worried about what people call me. Right, so hear me out, Not 17. If I ever not call you Not 17, I've been body snatched, or like a chupacabra has stuck his tongue into my ear and slurped out all my brain, and I'm just walking around like buzzword, catchphrase, green. I try to make it easy. Ooh, look at this guy trying to make it easy, pleasy, and never sleazy. I'll be back in a jiffy, jerks. And for real though, like Whisper, like think about it. What works for you might kill me in 2 weeks, and vice versa. It's not just for the ladies. It's everything in life. It could be like alcohol, drugs, food, sleep schedule, what you put into your system, how you approach the day, the way you digest things mentally, even spirituality. What works for me might condemn you to 1,000 years in which you could only climb out of this 1,000-year latrine by waiting until there's more poo-poo to drop from the void in the sky so you could climb your way out of the latrine. I'll be back in a jiffy.
Well, we're in the void while I get Resident Evil 4 set up. And Haynes is going to get a bottle opener. Because this man brought some wine. Let's see.